The sign says, shout out to all the moms who packed everyone's bags. And as soon as I read it, I remembered a time I was asked a very specific, very thought-provoking question about being child-free by choice.
My child-free by choice women, would you still be a child-free by choice woman? Would you still want to live a child-free life if you're dad? So there's a child-free by choice woman that answered the question, and she's like, being a dad is very easy than being a mom. In fact, in the comment section, somebody said, being a dad is a hobby, but being a mom is a job. Motherhood is a job itself, but fatherhood is just a hobby. It's easier for a dad to say, I want to be a dad so bad. I want to have family. I want to be a dad. But the mom, I have to do all the work, literally, have to do everything. So the question is, would you still want to live a child-free life if you're a dad? Some people might want to answer the question differently because everybody has a reason for being child-free by choice, right? So some people might be like, oh, because of the whole stress a mother face, I don't want to have children. It's not because I don't like children, or I just don't want to be the one to be the, mother in the relationship, or you get. So would you still want to be a child-free by choice person if you're a dad? Let me read this video for you all to watch, and yeah, I'll share my thoughts at the end of the video.
Sign says, shout out to all the moms who packed everyone's bags. And as soon as I read it, I remembered a time I was asked a very specific, very thought-provoking question about being child-free by choice. The question was, do you think you would have been child-free if you were a man? And right away I said, well, if I don't have a maternal instinct, I doubt that I would have a paternal one. But then I added, I know my life as a dad would be easier than my life as a mom. And let me tell you, it put some people's boxers in a twist. After everybody calmed down, I gave my 3 reasons why, and that was the mental labor, vacations, and hobbies. And these 3 things were based on stuff that I had seen at the time. Remember, no internet in the late 90s where we could hear what everybody was experiencing. These were real people I saw in my life, whether they were friends or relatives or coworkers. And the mom experience was vastly different than the dad experience. I'm not saying 100% of the time in every single case, but in the majority of the ones that I personally knew about and saw, it was the norm. First, the mental labor, everything from knowing the child's teacher to what their homework schedule is, what they need for their sports teams, who the doctor is, are they up on their shots, the sizes of everybody's clothing. That all went to the mom. And one guy popped up and said, yeah, my kid's allergic to shellfish. And then the other dads were like, yeah, I know my kid's allergies. And I'm like, awesome. And in the moms I was talking about, only 1 or 2 were stay-at-home moms. These were colleagues of mine. These were friends of mine who were all working mothers. But yet the mental load of all of that information just went to them. The second reason I gave was vacations. And that's why the picture at the beginning of the video triggered this for me. And in South Jersey, a lot of people vacation at the shore, which is about an hour from us. And whenever my friends, my colleagues, my relatives would come back and they would be exhausted after a week of vacation, I would say, why, what happened? And they said, well, I had to do everything that I did at home, but with sand. For the moms, there was no break from the cooking, the laundry, making sure everybody had what they needed at all times. And before they went, they had to make sure they had all of the supplies to stock a house for the week. And the last reason I gave was hobbies. Because of the area that I live in, a lot of people around here fish, hunt, and golf. All of these activities take up hours and hours of time on the weekends and can be very tiring so that the person doing them is also tired the next day. So when the moms would say, can you spend more time with the family? The excuse was, I work really hard all week. I want to enjoy my hobby, which is understandable. But when my friends would try to have some time out of the house to go and do what they wanted to do, it was so much preparation to even leave the house. And then they would sometimes come home to nobody being fed or things not being done. They said it was actually easier just to stay home than to try to go out and have some time on their own. So that's why I said I never wanted to be a mom. I don't know if I would have wanted to be a dad, but I know it would have been easier. And now that we're all so connected through social media, I can see some examples of families where the division of labor is equal, but I also see a lot of families and a lot of moms talking about how things don't seem to have changed that much. So do my 3 reasons still stand, or has there been a shift in the way that people co-parent?
The comment section is interesting. Let me show you all some comments that I screen grabbed. When I was a little girl, I loved to go camping. My mother hated it. It made me sad because it was so beautiful outside and I felt so free. So I asked her why she was so sad. She said it's because it's just made taking care of all of us and cooking and cleaning up so much harder. My dad, of course, never lifted a finger. I never wanted kids, and I hated that men didn't have to do anything. The saddest part, my mom always pushed the narrative that men were better than women and we should always take care of them and have their kids. I didn't fall for that BS. Silently was purposefully letting my boyfriend take over the planning and shopping of food. I would still cook. One day he expressed that he was tired of always doing it. So I said, okay, which task would you want to exchange with? Want to be in charge of children's clothes? Want to plan Christmas gifts and F on the chef, etc.? He shut up. Currently living in a major vacation resort for a month for work. Just observing the people around me, this is still very true. I watched one mom carrying all of her family's belongings while trying to hold a child's hand. Instead of offering to help her, the dad just said, "We need to get you a tote bag." You can just tell that the moms and dads are having very difficult or different experiences. Wanted kids, made it very clear when we were dating, engaged and married. He was fine with it until suddenly one day it was his heart desire to have sons to name after his dads who passed. I got so much pressure from him, his family, and mine to have kids. I took kids, it destroyed my body, my health, and mind. I did all the work and worked full time. Divorced now, and even with 2 kids, my workload is less. If you have a mom friend, if you have a friend that have kids, or you have a sister, or you have somebody you're close to that have kids, I feel like you can relate to this post because when you want to hang out, especially if you're someone that don't have a child, right? And you want to go out with your friend or you want to have a vacation or you just want to do something, just even if it's vacation, you just want to go out, maybe like 3 hours or 4 hours with your friend that have children. It's difficult to organize outing with your friend that have kids, with your friend that is a mother. It's very difficult to organize just a normal like sit out. Let's just go take, few drinks. Let's go eat dinner. Let's have lunch. It's difficult for you to get them to come out because they tell you, oh, I have to get a lot of things done in the house. I don't know where to put the kids. I don't know who's going to take care of the kids. I'm not ready, or then they will come out later. When they eventually try to come out, they're already like, you know what, I have to go back because the babysitter is leaving. I have to, they are never free. They are never free. They don't enjoy themselves when they are outside because they are thinking, oh, when I get back, I have to cook, I have to do this, I have to do that. Being a mom is a very difficult job that people need to talk about it. People need to tell people because some people are like, I'm going to sort it out when I get there. I'll get a lot of help. What if there is no help at a point? Are you still going to do these things by yourself? There was a time that everybody was on lockdown. The whole world was on lockdown. What would you have done if you have like 4 kids and there's nobody to come over to your place because the whole world is locked down to help you? How would you take care of that 4 children in that same house that we are with your husband? So the thing is, some of the comment section, the women there were like, you know what, I was struggling when I was married with kids, but when I got divorced, life was easier. Some of them said the only time they rested was after they got divorced. Even father they say have the kids with them, that was when they rested. So it shows that having kids, even with these men, is more stressful, more work because you still need to take care of these men themselves. I feel like there's a kind of way they just suck out your energy that you don't even have time for yourself at all. So planning vacations. Planning vacations for mom is very stressful compared to planning vacation if you're a dad. If you're a mom, you have to make sure that all your kids are sorted, the clothes, everything. If you have girls, make sure their hair is done. You make sure everything is arranged. You really want to pack the bags. You really want to make sure the house that you're living is clean. You pack your own things as well. You sort things out. You prep. You do so many things. In fact, if you have a very nonchalant husband that doesn't even care about himself, you still need to keep reminding him, oh, do you know that you have to take this clothes as well? You have to even pack his bag sometimes, right? So going for all this kind of vacation with your kids is stressful for the mom, because if you have toddlers and you go for vacation with toddlers, mind blowing. They are going to frustrate you. Toddlers are very frustrated human beings. They will frustrate you, and it is not enjoyable for the mom at all. It can be enjoyable for the dad if the dad is just there. Most of the time the dad is not always involved with the children. They just go out, with their phones and all of that. They leave the mom to do everything. If you're the mom with the vacation, they usually don't enjoy it. That is why most of the time when family want to go for vacation, they always want to carry somebody else with them that will look after the kids so that they can enjoy the vacation as a mom. If you're going for vacation with only you and your husband with those kids, you don't enjoy that trip. I lie. You cannot enjoy the trip as much as if you have gone alone. You can't enjoy the trip. So that is why most of the time when these women think about the whole stress, think about everything that they're going to go through, to just be like, whoa, I'm not going, it's not what, let me just stay at home. It's better for me to stay at home, or it's easier for me to stay at home than go out. But can the dad say the same thing? A man can just pick up his traveling box and leave. He doesn't have to think about, what's going to happen to my child? What's going to happen? How do I prep the house before I leave? They don't think. They just go. A man, if he has friends and they call him any time of the day, any time of the night, come out, let us hang out. All he needs to do is stand up, drive out, and that's it. But would a woman do the same? No. That's why it's easier to be a dad than to be a mom. So when you see a man like pressuring you, I can't wait to be a dad, I want to be a father, it's very easy to be a dad than to be a mom, because even though your husband might even be helping in some ways, your children most of the time might prefer to be with you, to spend time with you, than to spend time with their father. So you don't have that alone time at all ever again. And the thing is, once you've had that child, that is it forever. There is no, after 18 years old, I'm free, nobody's going to disturb. No. Even when they're 40 and you're still alive, they're still your child. You have to be there for them. If, all things being equal. Anyways, would you still be child free by choice? Would you still be a child free woman if you're the dad? If you know that you're going to be the dad, would you be a child free by choice woman? Kindly share your thoughts down in the comment section. Respectfully, check out Mara David. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.